Good evening, everyone. The date is Wednesday, December 5th. You're listening to Red Pill 78, the corruption detector. I've got a couple of great stories for you today, and I hope everyone's doing well. If you stick around after the video, I've got a special message that I need to relay. First of all, the story that I think is pretty important, we've got this little ditty from the Daily Caller. Republicans hired DNC's cyber firm Crowdstrike and then got hacked in 2018. This has got to be, if this wasn't done on purpose, this is one of the most idiotic blunders that we've seen in quite a long time. Now, DNC's cyber firm Crowdstrike. Crowdstrike is the cybersecurity firm that was handling the DNC's server. They are the firm that refused to hand over that server to the FBI for physical examination. They're also the ones who wrote the report saying that it was conclusively Cozy Bear and the Russian hackers. Ridiculous information. The hack, quote unquote hack, at the DNC was proven by the forensicator to be not a hack but a download. The way the information was transferred to the USB device, the speed with which it was transferred was proven to be a transfer from a computer. It was not a hack. It was a transfer. That's why we all believe that Seth Rich is the one who got the files, because they weren't hacked. They were downloaded. So knowing this for a couple years now, that CrowdStrike was overseeing the security of the DNC servers, the RNC thought that it would be, the NRCC thought that it would be a good idea to hire CrowdStrike. So after they hired them, the emails of 4 National Republican Congressional Committee senior officials were stolen in a hack that was detected in April of 2018. The NRCC had previously hired CrowdStrike, which allowed Democratic National Committee emails to be stolen even after the 2016 hack was detected. CrowdStrike did not detect the NRCC breach. Another vendor did. Okay, so this report from Luke Rosiak at the Daily Caller. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that. Luke Rosiak at the Daily Caller. Great. The National Republican Congressional Committee was hacked during the 2018 election after hiring CrowdStrike, the cyber firm that the Democratic National Committee employed that allowed DNC emails to be stolen even after the 2016 hack was detected. The emails of 4 top NRCC officials were stolen in a major hack that was detected in April, 8 months ago, and just being reported on now. The NRCC did not tell Republican leaders or the public that it had been hacked, though it did notify the FBI. I guess you got to give them some credit for that. The NRCC would not say what information was compromised. We don't want to get into details about what was taken because it's an ongoing investigation, a senior party official told Politico. Let's say they had access to 4 active accounts. I think you can draw from that. Politico reported that a different vendor, not CrowdStrike, finally detected the hack. The hack was first detected by an MSSP, a managed security services provider that monitors the NRCC's network. The MSSP informed NRCC officials, and they in turn alerted CrowdStrike, a well-known cybersecurity firm that had already been retained by the NRCC. The NRCC paid CrowdStrike at least $120,000 in 2017, according to campaign finance records. CrowdStrike was responding to the DNC's hack as of May 16, 2016, but emails continued to be stolen for weeks. In fact, the majority of the emails WikiLeaks published were not even written until after May 15th. That's despite the fact that CrowdStrike claimed it knew within minutes that the problem was a specific virus and that it was tied to Russia. CrowdStrike, which is led by a Russian expat and a former FBI official, took until June 10, 2016 to replace all the software in a move it believed would put an end to the breach. The last DNC email WikiLeaks published was written on May 25th. Then DNC head, Florida Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz, everyone's favorite scrubby from the Panhandle, without even informing the DNC's own board, reportedly refused to let the FBI examine the server and instead had CrowdStrike investigate the breach. The country's number one worst cybersecurity firm, CrowdStrike, which has allowed now supposed hacks, to take place at the two single largest political parties in the United States. You think that somebody will get wise and stop hiring these guys. I wish that I was this bad at my job so that I could get paid this much money and continue to just not perform, but get all the cash in the world. So I just hate Crowdstrike so much, a former senior Democratic information security professional told the Daily Caller News Foundation. Their incompetence just makes me sigh. He also faulted the NRCC for selecting the firm and for not learning from history. This is a common problem. Apparently, the NRCC didn't pay attention to security hygiene for their senior staff, he said. This is a continuous problem for senior political staff that think they're too senior to need good security practices. They're not technical enough to follow through with good security practices, or that it's too much of a hassle to commit to good security practices. These people are handling classified information, confidential information at best, and they're too good for security protocols? You've got to be kidding me. The NRCC and Crowdstrike did not immediately return requests for comment. Party officials told Politico that they believe it was a foreign agent due to the nature of the attack. Crowdstrike Services President Sean Henry is a retired executive assistant director of the FBI. Co-founder Dmitry Alperovich is a Russian expatriate, formerly of McAfee, if I'm not mistaken. Former President Barack Obama's Homeland Security Secretary Jay Johnson testified that the DNC declined help from his agency after the email system was hacked, because they got this. The response I got was, the FBI had spoken to them, Johnson said. They don't want our help. They have Crowdstrike, the cybersecurity firm hired by Hillary Clinton. I recall very clearly that I was not pleased that we were not in there helping them patch this vulnerability. The DNC went on to blame the hack in part for its election loss to Donald Trump. BS. I call BS on this. Crowdstrike is either willfully ignorant, acting poorly on behalf of their clients on purpose, or this is what I think may be what's going on. I find it really difficult to believe that the Republicans are this dumb. They haven't shown to themselves to be all that savvy when it's come to stuff in the past. The Democrats pretty much, just like stomped all over us, it seems, in this last election. But in the same way that I believe they were allowed to commit voter fraud and to commit all these illegal acts, I wonder if the RNCC or NRCC didn't specifically hire Crowdstrike at the behest of maybe Donald Trump or the DOJ, so that they could be caught in the act of just, allowing people to get into the servers, perhaps the DNC, perhaps their man on the ground, Imran Awan. But this way, they've got their hands into Crowdstrike's business, and perhaps it's going to help us. Maybe it's going to help, prosecute Hillary Clinton and go after the DNC and all of these dirty dealing politicians that we've got in our government. I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully, this was a sting operation and it was not just the dumbest decision that you could make in cybersecurity in 2018. But that's yet to be released. All right, so I'm actually going to split this video up by story. So please tune into the next video. And actually, I'm going to go watch Hannity, and then we'll talk to you later.